best friends. God bless.
Because sometimes it's like people have issues with you or past trauma with you, and you don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then, so that's another reason why I want to start this podcast too, so people could tell me all the shit they don't like about me.
That's actually why I came today.
Oh, really? What happened?
What happened? Some beef
in 2016.
Yeah, that's right.
But that's how it's been on some of these episodes. They was like, when we was at Marty's, you said this to me, and I'm like, God damn, like I was fucking around.
It's weird how some things just sit like you hit someone at the wrong time about something. You'd be like, whoa, I didn't know that was still there.
Yeah. So you live and you learn, man. Welcome to Fuck Your Feelings, the greatest podcast to ever exist. I'm your man, Justin Heaslet. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the clips, man. Phenomenal episode, man. We got Heidi. How you pronounce your last name?
I already knew. I can already tell when someone's like, Heidi, what is it? But
Heidi,
Heidi.
Who are you again?
Yeah, it's Heidi Heaslet. Like
Heaslet.
Yeah, like he's high, he's lit, or like she's on fire. Like he's on fire, he's lit. Like he's lit. Heidi Heaslet.
That's a fire last name.
Do you wish sometimes it was she's lit?
No, I don't. Okay. No, because. No, that's
but
my
that would
name.
make such a great intro.
Heidi,
she's lit, and people would be like, "Whoa, she must be good."
Right.
It would probably make my father's side happy if I dropped their last name, but no, I'm keeping it. Sorry, I'm your daughter.
That's hilarious. We also have Renée Percy.
Oh, hello.
I knew how to say that one.
Yeah, you nailed that one.
And we have Nick Alexander.
What's up?
What's happening, man?
Thanks for having
Nick
me,
was
man.
late as shit today, everybody.
I apologize. I had to be the one for the stereotype. Wasn't intended.
My homeboy was like, who the one that's late? I said, the one that's not famous enough. So fucking be late. That's the one that's late.
Right.
Yeah. So you remember that.
I'm going to own that one.
Yeah. Hold on to that. See, now he'll hold on to that. And then 10 years
Next
from now.
podcast. That's coming out.
When Justin got the show where, he could throw cast on, he ain't never called me again.
This is a special episode, man. This is an iconic episode. This is my first time having white women on the show.
Whoa. Icebreaker.
And you doubled down.
That's
right. I doubled down.
He was like, I don't know. One might not be good enough.
You got a blonde.
I need to even it out.
And
here.
a ginger.
Yeah. That's right. We gotta.
You know what? You want to know what the real thought was?
I'm a white woman on the inside, too. So you got
2 white women.
Oh my God.
White women.
1 black woman.
And one that identify as a white woman.
Right.
Or he at least fuck white women.
Oh my God.
So here was my thing. This was an honest thought that I had, which was I wanted to make sure you all felt comfortable. And I didn't want to have 3 black dudes and 1 white chick here. So
That's my life.
I know. Not like much more.
That sounded so XXX video.
Yeah, I've seen that video.
We've never met, so I got scared when I opened the door and there was another white woman. I was like, "Oh, she lost for sure."
yeah, so that was actually a conscious decision.
I was upset a little bit. I was like, I'm gonna be the first white woman, and then I walk in, I was like, son of a.
Nah, Justin got to make sure y'all don't feel like prizes out here. He's just,
Feel like what?
prizes because he's like, ooh, it's a treat. I'm the first white. Nope, y'all got to split the title.
That's
Split the
right.
prize?
I don't get it. It was a couple months ago. You were like, yeah, you should be on. You'll be the first white woman, and then I couldn't do it for a while,
Yeah.
and then I was like, son of a.
Yeah.
Now it's 2.
Damn, I'm sorry.
Now it's 2, but we're happy. We're happy
all
both
right.
of y'all are
I'm
here.
happy to be here.
Yeah, I just be wanting to make sure the women feel comfortable because we talk about that sometimes. Me and my homeboy Lee, like sometimes if it's 1 woman on the show and it's 3 dudes talking,
right.
we're like real conscious of not talking over her, not feel like we mansplaining, giving her time to talk. We don't ever want to feel like we all piling on top of the woman if it's just like 1 woman. So as a white woman,
Yeah.
I was like, let me make sure
Hilarious.
it got to be another woman or another white woman just to really balance out the energy to make sure everybody feel comfortable.
Great.
You did a good job.
Well, now we made it awkward.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, all right.
Now, this is a question. This is a question I had. So, Heidi, I seen you at Comedy Store on Thursday night. And there was a black dude in the audience. And you said to the black dude, you remind me of my ex-boyfriend.
Yeah,
right?
the back of his head was shiny and it had like a little, like kind of lump in it, sort of. And he like it just gave me a panic
Tilt
attack.
the mic a little bit.
Oh, sorry. It just gave me a panic attack because I'm working on some rough stuff. And I was just like I thought he was there for a second. I was like, stay out of my life, bro.
So this was my thought. She talking about a black man, right? So here's my thought when you was performing. Notoriously, black women don't like white women hooking up with black men. Like, that's a thing.
Oh, see, I forgot that part.
Yeah.
Damn.
And so we was in a predominantly black room that night. And so I was like, I wonder if she knows, or if you felt like that Mata was putting you at a disadvantage because the black women in the audience like, oh, what, she fuck black men? Like, you know what I'm saying? That like might be like some inner hate that they might be having towards you that you're not even aware of.
No, I'm aware of hate. Like I've gotten it my whole life. Like it doesn't really bother me really. Like I can tell when someone doesn't want to like me when they first meet me, and I get it. There's a lot of white bitches I don't like. So it's like I really get it. Like but when I left, I was like, "Oh fuck." Like I addressed my issue instead of like really introducing me up top, which always like, and I don't really talk about like super lighthearted stuff. So I've realized like if I don't get them to love me, like the audience, not whether it's a white room, a black room, a mixed room, a room I've been in a million times. Like I've done Crack 'em Up a bunch of times and I've had really wonderful sets, and then I've done Crack 'em Up and not had good sets. I've done white rooms and had good sets, and I've had like it's my performance.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like so when I left, I was like, damn, you know what? I didn't do what I was supposed to do up top. I didn't like do what I know what makes my set good. And yeah. So I really wasn't thinking like it's not that I don't care if people hate me. It's like I understand at this point.
How y'all feel about
understand at this point.
How y'all feel about that? Like just like the likability you need to be on stage. Like do you care if they like you, or you just like, fuck this, I'm just gonna do my material. It is what it is. I don't care what y'all think.
I'm only worried that you saw the back of his head. That's not a good sign when you're on stage. I was like, what way is he?
No, it was from the side. Like he was sitting and I was over here, and I knew it wasn't him, but it shook me up. Like,
yeah.
So
to answer your question, I want to say I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna do my shit. I don't care if they like me or not.
Right.
But deep down, truthfully, I do want them to like me.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know, in a way you want them to. And I think to address what you're talking about, whether it's black or white, I think there is something sometimes as a woman when you get on stage of women potentially being like, uh-oh, or I don't know if I want to like her until, like if they're with a man or something. They're like, ooh, is she going to be single? Oh, that's why I talk about being married right away. And then they're like, okay, now we can laugh. But
right.
Otherwise, and I think it's changed a lot. When I started 20 years ago, I felt like that was...
Wow, you been doing stand-up 20 years, huh?
I started 20 years ago.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
wow, that's amazing.
Actually, the first time I did, I was 13. I started even earlier.
wow.
But then I didn't do it for 10 years. But when I first started, like, all the advice I would get when I get to clubs or whatever, they're like, you got to dress down. Don't look too nice. Don't look good because the men aren't going to listen. And the women are going to hate you. And you got to da-da-da. And now... I feel like I'm more at the phase where I'm like, I don't give a fuck if I make people feel uncomfortable. It's like, I'm here to say something, and if how you feel about how I look, that's your fucking issue.
Yeah, I definitely got those notes as well. Like dress down, like cover yourself, like. And what's weird is even when I like do like that makeup that night, I had done my makeup. Because I'm starting to care about myself again, I guess, and like really didn't care about myself for a while. But like. I do notice a difference of like when I look good, it's harder to get when I feel like I look good, I've noticed I don't get as many laughs.
Yeah.
And that's just what I've noticed. Like I'm not saying that that's correct and that's the trajectory of my career.
Right.
Like, but I've definitely got those same notes. Like, cover yourself. Yeah.
Nick, did they tell you the same thing? Don't look too fly.
I've actually struggled with it. I've had different like fights. Like when I first started, I was like 18 when I started. So, you know, now that my face is growing or whatever, I used to look very like, wholesome, whatever, safe looking. And cats used to tell me, yo, you should play it up more clean and friendly, go after the Disney thing. So I thought I had to do more like likable jokes. Like Shang used to always tell me when I used to first come out here and we used to take me around the rooms, and he was like, man, you got to stop doing that please like me set. That shit ain't you, bro. Like the shit that you be telling me when we just talking, That's what you should be talking
tilt
about
your
on
mic
stage.
up a little bit.
Yeah.
There you go.
So I went through that phase to like 23, 24. Then I wanted to like make sure, you know how it is. It's like you want to do black rooms and do well, but you want to do the mainstream too. So the duality of being able to be versatile as a comic, that too, you wanted that thing.
Yeah.
And like now I'm at the point where like I'm okay with doing shit that I want to do, talking about material that I want to talk about, and not catering or whatever to the room.
Mm-hmm.
But that has its challenges too, and you got to really sometimes go through some weird sets, and I've been having those a little bit more often than not because I'm trying to take more risk on stage.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I I don't care as much because I've been through some real shit, so I'm like, my skin is different now.
That's what they told me too when I first started out here, because
Right?
I looked squeaky clean.
Right?
I didn't have
The beard didn't come in
I didn't
yet.
have a beard.
Yeah.
Barely any facial hair. And I'm around there like dick and pussy, and they was like, you need. And then they was like, you need to calm down. Especially when I was in front of like older black crowds, they're like, well, what this young man talking about? But they was like, you would kill in front of a white crowd. And I'm like, man, fuck all that, man. I'm like, I grew up on like Chris Rock and Martin Lawrence and Eddie Murphy. I'm like, they kill in front of everybody.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I got to kill in front of everybody. I'm not finna just go to where the white people at.
Nah.
And white people, they don't boo, but they'll look. If you're not funny, you're not funny.
Right.
White people just look at you.
Yeah.
It ain't
Yeah.
like they go just be laughing extra hard
Nope.
because they white. They like, no, they will not laugh, and they'll just look at you like you're crazy. Niggas will boo, and white people, just stare at you.
And coming up in New York, it was just like, you can really make a firm choice about what kind of comic you want to be. Some comics, they just want to do the black circuit because there was enough of a circuit where you could just eat and never have to worry about being in mainstream rooms. But my generation, we kind of like want to do both. We want to be as black as we are, but also in the mainstream, but then also still be able to be good enough to do black rooms. So that's always my thing. It's like I still want to be able to do well in front of my own people. Like there's no way I can see myself being a comedian that can't relate to the black audiences. But, but I also gotta be able to kill in these mainstream or tourists. Everybody got, like you said, we gotta get everybody to laugh at our shit.
Yeah. Do y'all do hood room? You kind of do.
Yeah, I've done Mavericks Flats to J Spot. I used to do the Union all the time.
You got your hood pass.
Yeah.
What?
You got your hood pass.
I don't know if I got it in comedy, but I definitely. No, I'm just kidding.
You definitely got it from Tyrone.
Right.
What about you? Do you ever do like black rooms or hood rooms? No.
Yeah, I mean, I do Crack 'em Up, and I used to do the Union when it was around, and I don't know, I'll play anywhere.
Yeah. How you feel like you do in those rooms?
I like it.
Yeah.
You got a good batting average?
Yeah, because when they like you, they really like you.
Yes.
They like you, like in a white room, they like you. It's lovely. You get
Yeah.
applause. It's different. It is like an interactive experience.
That's right. Go white girl. Go
They
white.
they interact. They're part of the show.
Yes.
It's fun.
Shout outs to the Union.
I know. I miss
Yeah.
the Union
Shout
so
out
much.
to we just put out a clip today when I said fuck the union.
Oh, you did?
Well, today is different.
I just like them because they gave me time. Like, it's like even when I was selling the show at the store, like they wouldn't give me time. Like, it was
That's
wild.
crazy.
I know, it's
You
wild.
making them fucking
See, look
thousands
at
of
everybody
dollars.
hates me.
No one hates you. No one. Some people just. This is what I feel like, man. Some people have strong personalities, and sometimes someone's personality, and when I say personality, it could be they don't hold back. I feel like you're somebody like you say what's on your mind.
Oh, yeah.
Like you have a big personality.
Yeah.
Vocally, you're loud too.
Yep.
So for a lot of insecure people or a lot of people, when you come into their space, they may be like, you might intimidate them.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, or make them feel insecure. That's some shit that they dealing with.
But here's my thing is like, I definitely, when I do my job, I want people to like me. But I feel like in general, like as human beings, like you don't have to like everybody. Like,
Right.
Like there's people I don't like. I don't want harm on them. I'm just like, I don't want to kick it with you.
Right.
Like, and it doesn't mean that like you know what I'm saying?
No,
like, I'm
I
like,
get
if
it.
you don't like me, that's fine. You can just keep your mouth shut about it, though.
Right.
Like, because I'm a person, too. That shit hurt. Like, they'd be like, you loud. I'm like, you think I don't fucking know that? Like.
Well, that's what I realized, too, man. Because I'm guilty of doing this at times. And it's like dimming your light to make other people feel comfortable.
Yep.
And I have to tell myself,
I
like,
couldn't believe that when you talked about that. Though.
yeah, bro. And I'm like, I can't do that. But yeah, I do that all the time because there's a lot of insecure people.
Yeah.
And a lot of my peers and people that I've worked with, they're insecure, whether it's actors or comedians. And when you come on the set, on the scene, and you young, you got energy, you funny, and you booking shit.
Yeah.
Oh, well, now you got targets on your back.
Yeah.
So to make people feel like, and they'll automatically start thinking, oh, Justin think he this, or Justin think. So I started like, well, let me dim down, let me become absurdly humble.
Yeah.
Just because I don't want them to not like me.
Yeah.
And I know this business is about relationships, and I don't want them to think. And then let me tell you what I realized I was doing recently. I realized for myself, hey, you always talking about the industry. Justin always talk about being on set and shit like that in his jokes. I'm like, well, that's my life. That's number one.
Yeah.
But also, when I really took a deep look into myself, it was me masking insecurity. It was me saying, yo, look what I've accomplished. Why isn't anyone taking notice of me?
Right.
Like, I've been the star of Rush Hour, and I've been on MacGyver. Why am I not at this level yet? So for me to feel like the mask that insecurity, I'm going to talk about it also like this. So I realized that about myself too.
You know, it's funny because since I've been coming out to LA and knowing you, like I always saw you as a dude who's doing shit. Like when I first met you, you in London, y'all used to do the rap videos where y'all would do the impressions and shit like that, and y'all going viral on that.
BET Hip Hop Cypher.
Right, the hip hop ciphers. You were always doing content, like you fucked around with everything. You did the Vine shit when Vine was out, Instagram with videos, then you would book in the TV shows. So I've always known you to just be creative and just put out shit. And when we interacted, you was always cool. Like, and like you talk about like God and shit, like how you're a God loving person and family. Like you always been, humble ideologies to me. I never really got the arrogance or whatever that people put you in that thing of. I get the Hollywood shit maybe on set that you talk about like your life and book and stuff, but other than that, I never really got that from you, that you were just like an asshole.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But I think there has to be a certain level of arrogance in order to be able to do our job. Like to be able to stand up on stage and be like, hey, hundreds of people, everybody listen to me.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
you have to be kind of arrogant to be like, I have something to say.
Oh, yeah.
You should all shut the fuck up and listen to me. Like it's fucking arrogant.
The good
to
ones
do
are
that.
arrogant, the bad ones are stubborn.
Yeah.
Right.
It is arrogant. Off stage, I'm kind of shy, but on stage, I'm like, listen to me.
Right. No, that's true.
It's weird.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah, it is.
Heidi.
I mean, sometimes I do want people to shut the fuck up, though. I'd be like, no, you wasn't listening to me, so now you motherfucking got to, because I got the fucking mic. See, and that's mean.
How much of y'all still are trying to like get into clubs? Like, man, I was talking
Heard you're sighing.
because speaking of Shane, like he's doing the podcast I think next week.
Oh, dope.
And
That'll be a good episode.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a great episode.
Yeah, and he was talking about how he was upset or frustrated, I guess, that he wasn't in at the store. And he's like,
talked about that, yeah.
if you a killer, he feel like, yo, I should be in at the store. I'm in at all these other clubs. I'm touring on the road. Why they not fucking with me like that? And what I told him was, we brought up how Seinfeld didn't get in at the store. There was a bunch of other comedians. Sinbad, yeah, we talked about Sinbad. That's what he was bringing up, how Sinbad didn't get in at the store and wasn't a regular at the store. And I said the biggest lesson out of all of that is you don't need the store.
Right.
It's like, it's nice to have the store.
Yes.
It's nice to have these places, but that doesn't mean like your career won't take off because you're not in. But how do y'all feel about that? Like getting in the clubs? Are y'all still trying to get in the clubs? Are y'all like, let me go to where I want it? How y'all feel?
Okay, I guess I'll go first. Where I've been at the last like 6 months to a year, I kind of just get on where the stages that put me on. I haven't really been trying to chase getting into like other clubs, and I kind of just like make the most of my stage time where they do put me up, and just kind of like tell myself, hey, look, this is just what it is for now, because you got shit going on, so you get up where you can get up, and don't worry about the clubs right now. Like that'll come in time when you're ready to put that focus into trying to get in there. But yeah, I definitely like seasons, but like I did try doing the store when they had the new crew that took over, and they're doing the developments. But I think they've done a good job with trying to get more comics in the rotation and stuff like that. But like hard body pursuing factory, I've been all kind of off of that. I'm like, I know where I can get up and get my shit off and work out my stuff and keep it moving. So yeah, New York too is a little different though, because obviously like I have connections where I can still get up, but out here it's just like I'm not trying to chase the big three like that, like, you know what I mean? Because it's hard to keep up with the bookers too.
Yeah,
They keep changing.
Oh my gosh, do they
You get in
ever?
and then it just switches out every 2 months, and you got to prove yourself all over again.
Laugh Factory keeps
9 bookers in 12 months.
That's
Right.
crazy.
It's insane.
record.
And the new booker ain't booked me.
Since he's taken over,
Yeah.
I haven't gotten booked once.
Me either. Terrence.
Terrence. I know.
Yeah.
I ain't been bugged. I go ahead.
But I used to go there every. Yeah. Anyway.
You do
every
the
week.
produce shows though, like the Terrons or.
Yeah, I'm actually doing his show this Thursday.
Okay, because I mean that's the thing too. It's like the produce shows are the ones.
Yeah,
you know,
but I
it's
mean,
on the
I was
weekends.
kinda-
That's like all star lineups.
I was kind of in at the Laugh Factory.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? With the
Yeah.
other bookers, like they would put me up. I would always be doing Long Beach.
Me too.
Right, at least Long Beach.
At least Long Beach, which I actually prefer low key. I don't. The drive is the drive, but I just listen to a podcast while I'm driving out there or something. But
Good time. You get a good
but
time.
you
on
get
it.
Yeah,
good
you get
time.
20
you get 20
minutes.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
And you get paid more, way more than the.
And you get paid
Hollywood
more.
one.
Yep. So I don't mind going to Long Beach.
Me neither.
I want to do the road because I've never done the road because I'm from California. I came to LA like everybody. In my mind, it feels like everybody's got these other markets. Like they're like, oh, I came from Atlanta, or I came from Chicago, or I came from
Right.
I don't know, even San Diego. Like something like it's like I mean, you have New York, right? But like it's like these other markets, and then everybody came here, and so it's like I kind of had to come up in the big pond, right?
Which is very hard.
So I'm like, okay, I did it. I did what everybody came here for, but I don't have these other markets. And then there was like the whole thing like girls don't want to go on the road. I'm like, I'll go on the road. Take me. like
Who
I
said,
love
who
going
said
on the
girls
no,
don't
like
want to
you
go
know,
on the
there
road?
was like
No,
a time.
I love going on the road.
See, like, but I feel like there was a time where they're
Yeah.
like, women are getting harassed on the
Right,
road,
right,
and I'm
right.
like,
Women
and
get
they're like,
harassed
The creep
here.
That's what I'm
headliners,
saying.
the-
I'm like,
I'd rather be getting harassed and making money on the
The
road.
That's
what I'm
I was like, if I'm
saying.
gonna get harassed, I should get paid more.
so it's like my focus has been like,
Just
I'm like,
dangling
oh,
carrots. You know, like
yeah, like I'm like, I would just like when you talk about where your focus is, like trying to get into the clubs, like it's like, again, the union showed me a lot of love, like, and then I would do like produce shows and things like that at the clubs or like independent shows right around town and things like that. But I would love to. My focus is like, please, can I just go somewhere else?
do you ask headliners to go on the road with them?
Yeah.
Have you asked like
I don't know. Maybe I haven't.
you should probably
I
ask.
just feel like I'm like, aren't you supposed to ask me? Like, aren't you supposed to like my shit? Like,
Sometimes
it's
it
like,
happens that way.
Sometimes, but also, man, closed mouths don't get fed.
Exactly.
I'm definitely, my fridge is empty.
Yeah. It's hilarious. Sometimes just Lunchables in there.
No, it's like bagels and like a juice, I think.
Sometimes they don't know. So sometimes comedians will come up to me. Like I had a young comedian come up to me the other day. He's been watching me since the BET Hip Hop Cypher stuff I used to do on YouTube.
Wow.
He showed me a screenshot of my Twitter from when I had 3,000 followers.
Damn.
Shit.
That's how long he's been
Damn.
watching. And he was like, man, I would love, let me know if I could ever open up for you. And I said, well, I doubt it's going to happen. But
You was honest
Why?
too.
I was
That's
honest.
good.
But this is what I told him. I said, because I know too many other comedians that I've known longer before I met you. I'm just now meeting you. And I know a bunch of other comedians that I said, however, I'm glad you told me this because I still do shows in LA.
Yeah.
And the next time I'm headlining a show in LA,
Right.
now I'm going to think of you to maybe throw you up and give you 5 minutes or something like that. So still, he put that seed in my mind.
Right.
See,
So sometimes you still got to just reach out.
Be on somebody's
done it.
radar.
Who? Eliza Schlesinger?
Yeah.
She was headlining in Tampa one time years ago.
Yeah.
And I DM'd her on like Instagram or Twitter maybe. And I was like, hey, you know, I'm from the Tampa area. I'd love to, you know, open up. She gave me time.
but that's what I'm saying. You have another market. Like you can be like, I can go out like,
Right,
like I'm
that's
like,
true.
I'm like
But you should still.
What
you
part
should
of
still reach
California you
out.
from?
Central Coast.
Where's that?
See, yeah, nobody
It's central,
knows.
but
I lived.
Yeah. It's
I
on
know
the
it's
coast,
central on the
but
coast.
central.
I lived all up and down it as a kid. Like,
Got
but
you,
I went to
got
high
you.
school in Morro Bay. They didn't. It's a long story.
Okay.
But it's central. It's like 3-4 hours depending on where you drive north.
Okay.
On the 101, not the 5. So
Got
you're
you.
not going to Sacramento. It's very confused. It's like this little triangle pocket. Of,
Well, you can go on the road even in California. There's so.
Yeah, they got like,
I mean,
a
I've
couple
gone-
improv,
I've
some
gone
Tommy
to-
T's.
I've done like some stuff in
Punchline.
California. I've definitely done, but I'm
There's a
saying like
ton
I
of
want to go to
touring here.
Chicago. I want to
Right.
go to like, and like my homegirl lives in Chicago. I'm like, I mean, if you need me to stay with somebody, let me know. Like, like I have friends that work in other cities.
You have enough Chicago friends where you can probably do a good run, Heidi. If you do like a week, you hit up all the Chicago comedians that you know here. They'll look out for you. You just gotta take that chance. And
That's
you know,
what I heard,
plan
and
the
then it
trip.
didn't happen. But maybe now that I'm on your podcast,
fuck your feelings.
Fuck your feelings. Ask them to go on the road.
yeah. You just gotta fucking, you know.
But that's a good point. He put a seed in your head.
That's the key. That's the key, is putting a seed in people's heads. I think.
And if you ever work with somebody and you're like, oh my gosh, this is a great dynamic or something, or we'd have fun on the road together, or our styles are so different, it's a perfect mix.
Yeah.
You know, just reach out to the person. Like, I'd love to open for you.
I feel you on that organic thing of like they saw you and they're like, hey man, I want you to like, because I've seen that happen to like other comics.
It's happened to me with Afion.
Right? Yeah, you was on the road with Afion, and I was just like, I've kind of always wanted that too, but I'm like, you know. People fuck with me, but just not like in that come with me sense. I just have to ask. I always have to ask.
Yeah.
For me, I'm an asker.
Because Marlon let you open up, right?
Yeah, he gave me time.
Yeah, we was down in, what was that, Ontario, Irvine?
It was Brea.
Brea, that's where we was at.
Oh, yeah, I've done Brea.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, sometimes you just got to slide in people's DMs. How hard is that? Speaking of sliding in DMs, how hard is that as a woman for y'all to try to get spots, try to connect, build like genuine professional relationships, and then have to deal with men trying to with ulterior motives, trying to smash?
I said at the end of last year, I'm changing my meeting schedule. For the first 15 minutes, you can pitch how you're in love with me. I'll hear you out.
Oh.
The rest 45 or 30 or 15, depending how good the business plan is, that goes to business. But like, if you need to get it off your chest, get it off your chest, babe. I'll hear the pitch. Yep. How you always wanted to fuck me. How you been in love with me. How you think I want my first. Get it out the way. Don't do the business first and then try to just get it out the way so I can be like, good to know. Not right now, but you planted a seed in my head.
Call back. That is hilarious.
That's the key.
Planted a seed.
Listen, there's been a lot of dicks that have been in line before you.
Right.
She's like, I might be in California. I'll give you 5 minutes. I'll give you 5.
Someone cancels.
Yeah, that's right.
You right there.
If I do a local show.
That's right.
So that's my new approach. I don't know if it's going to work out, but I've had a few pitches this far. So.
Wow, they actually followed up. That's what's
up. To my surprise, people take my Twitter seriously sometimes.
That's wild.
But it's been difficult.
I used to always joke about like women say they want honesty, but if you was to be honest with women, it don't work out. Do it work out, women? I felt like when I was in high school and shit like that, if I was ever to be like, just tell me, Justin, if all you want to do is fuck, just tell me. I'm like, I want to fuck. Well, thank you for your honesty, but I don't do that. It's like, I should have just lied like the rest of these niggas.
Do it.
You know what?
At least you know.
Yeah, honesty doesn't mean outcome.
Yeah,
right.
It doesn't mean okay, I'll fuck you now.
But I used to try to have a joke about my bad. I used to try to joke about that was men lie because they're not rewarded for their honesty.
Yes.
Right.
And if men was rewarded more, if a woman say, just tell me if you want to fuck, I want to fuck. Women actually fuck them. More dudes like, I'm gonna be honest about everything.
I did have a guy say to me recently with his confession, and he was like, I've always been in love with you, so what are we gonna do about it? I said, we. You're the one in love
like
with
a you problem.
My bad, Nick. Hold on, my bad, Nick. What you were saying, Nick? My bad.
So last year, I ended things with my child's mom, and when I started kind of like being out in the streets again, I was very honest, telling them that, hey, I have a kid, I'm a father, and I found it kind of worked to my favor. Like,
okay.
Because I don't post my daughter much, so it's like, you would know I have a kid unless I told you. And I could have easily just like when I'm hollering at them, whatever like that, keep that completely separate. But I was just like, that feels weird to me. So, and I've always been like, a truth teller anyway. So I just be telling, hey, like this is my situation, this is what I have going on in my life. And I let them make the choice, and it does kind of work out in your favor. I think women really do appreciate that kind of honesty. We tell them, hey, look, I do have a child. I am sort of on the not on the rebound, but like moving on in my life, and this is where I'm at right now.
I think that works for anybody, men or women. Just
but
being
so many guys feel like they
you're
can't
at.
do it though. So many guys, or guys who just choose not to do it, like with the intent just to keep things separate for whatever reasons. But like. That's just, I don't know.
But I think for women too, even being like, hey, I'm at this age, I want kids, I'm not looking to fuck around, I'm looking for this.
Right.
Or the opposite. I just got out of something, I don't want anything, I think it works.
It works because then you can also feel deceived. Like once the truth comes out, you're like, wait, I was going on this, and Yeah. Speaking of honesty, I have press-ons on, and one of them fell off. So I just
That's hilarious.
for the editing purposes.
There's still gonna be a dude in love with you. He's like, yo, I got you for that press on, girl.
It's on my ring
Ring
finger,
finger.
so I don't know.
What we gonna do about it?
That's hilarious.
Justin gets on his knee to pick it up, and she's
Yeah.
like, "Oh my god!"
I just don't know how many commenters there are, but I'm like, I know that if it was on in the beginning, they'd be like, that her nail's missing. Yes, I know. I found out somewhere here.
Where y'all at on posting? Because this was my other thing too. Is like how much content do you put out? Like how much are you trying to like build your online following so you don't have to depend on anybody taking you on the road? You take it. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all posting content, not posting content.
I don't like doing the thing for the machine.
Yeah,
It's tough. It's like I know I can do it, but the consistency, it still has been hard for me to commit to. The only way I really want to do it is like caption clips, but have like a 6 months to a year's worth of clips to drop. So it's like doing that thing, getting that hour, editing it up, and then dropping them.
Okay. You
That's
saying
what I like to do.
saying you want to film an hour and then cut them up and put out the clips?
I have one in the can. I've been my team has just been, with the editing process has just been tough to get it done and put it out. But that's the way I would want to do it if I'm going to commit to any kind of content posting.
Gotcha.
Like I don't think I have it in me to just do like Trevor Wallace level sketches.
Yeah.
He does a great job with that. Like I commend that. Guys either do the podcast route where they just drop caption podcast clips, or it's stand up, or both.
Yeah, that's the route I'm trying to go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have an abusive relationship with it. I'm like, I'm in, and then I'm like, I'm out. I hate this. I don't want to feed the machine, and then I'm like, I have to. I feel like I'm doing it out of obligation, and that's not then you're not doing it for fun.
Yeah.
Like it's not fun.
But
It takes
yeah.
so
But
much time.
But I see guys, I think it's always come down to what do you want to focus on? Because the comedians that I know who just put their grind in on the acting shit, when they start booking, they get the following, you get the numbers
Yeah,
anyway,
right.
and you get the show.
That's
or
what I remember
whatever.
Tiffany Haddish. I remember like before Girls
Girls-
Trip,
right.
she probably had like, I don't know, 50, 60,
1,000.
80,000 followers. And
Yeah.
then after Girls Trip, she
Yeah.
hit 1 million.
Just work really hard, play the the $1 million odds, and book a movie.
There you go.
Exactly.
That's right.
But see, that's my issue when it comes to it because I'm doing content out of obligation. It
Right.
is working. I'm seeing my numbers go up on like Facebook and all. Instagram, it keeps going down. My Instagram always been.
Why?
Yeah, mine too.
My
I
Instagram been
stayed
bullshit.
the same. It's I
Mm,
cannot break. It's the exact same for a year.
yeah,
Interesting.
I think.
Go
Yeah, I'm
ahead.
listening.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I think people it's harder to get people to follow on Instagram, I think, unless you have like a viral moment, like a video that really takes off,
Yeah.
or if like somebody posts you on their wall,
Right.
then you can start picking up. But Facebook, I've been posting a lot consistently, and I'm up like, I don't know, 2,000-3,000 followers in the
Nice.
last 3 weeks.
Amazing.
But that just come from me. I'm just like, fuck it. But here, and it goes to the end goal. This is the reason why I've been doing it. I don't want to post content
All right.
every day, but I realized after doing MacGyver that I really love stand up.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what do I have to do to be able to hit up these clubs and they say we gonna let you perform for the weekend?
Yeah.
And if it's gonna take 500,000 followers or 1 million followers, like now I'm gonna have to do that until
Yeah.
that movie role or that TV show
Mhm.
comes along. So I see it like as the work I'm doing in the meantime, in between time,
Right.
until the movie or TV kick off.
Renee Percy, comedian, follow.
Straight up.
Have you filmed like an hour's worth of material that you can cut up and just put out?
I plan to do that, and I'll do that. This,
Yeah.
I was gonna do that this year, but I don't know. Now I'm thinking about maybe I might do a late night set, because I do have like late night people that's at least.
I mean, we talked with Tone Bell at Chateau about that. Remember?
Yeah, that's right. And so that's what I'm thinking about now. Like, do I want, because here's my thing with still shooting an hour or 30 minutes. My issue is still, is there appetite to see me? And the answer is no. If anybody's answer, wonder. But at the same time, I know still putting out them clips. If I say something funny and the clip take off, that's what Trevor Noah did. But there wasn't an appetite to see him either at the time.
I've been
Exactly.
doing, because we do the Chateau a lot, right? So we watch each other, and I've seen you have like really great sets where I'm talking about like big explosive laughter, shit that you easily, if you just cutting them joints up and dropping them like they tell you to do the 2 times a day for whatever, a month, 3 months, your audience will pick up and find out. Because I think the thing with you, Justin, is like you've booked, comedic acting roles, right? But they don't really know you as a stand-up.
I agree.
And the way for them to get to know you is just to post lots of stand-up. Like,
I agree 1,000%. And that's literally, I think I might have told, I was talking to somebody either last night or that was a thought I had last night. I was like, someone was telling me, Jeremiah Watkins,
Another one.
he was just, and sometimes you just got to post stand up to remind people like, oh, damn, like he do stand up, he do comp. Like sometimes you just got, so that's what I was talking to last night.
Yeah.
And so even me, like, I'm about to start posting like old clips, jokes I don't say anymore.
Always.
I'm gonna start doing fucking open mic shit and just like, cause think about it, there's been times at open mics I said that joke probably one time, never ever said it again, and it hit.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, I just never said it again.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start taking that footage and just throwing up.
You filmed all those things too?
Film all that shit.
How do you guys feel about posting stuff that you're doing now? Like, because then sometimes I feel like I don't want to do that.
Like it
half-baked
burns it.
bits.
Like you're saying it burns
You saying
it.
the shit that
Yeah,
works.
it burns it.
Yeah.
Stuff that works. Like, then are they going to come to my show and be like, I already saw that?
This is the greatest thing. I feel like one of the greatest things Jerry Seinfeld ever said. He said, "Who am I to think that everybody has seen all of my?"
That's
Right.
a great point.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, you know what I'm
That's so
saying?
It's the arrogance part.
All 30,000 people. Have seen, so that's what I would say to that, and that's something I'm trying to tell myself too. But I do feel like I want to have certain material set aside for when I do my special, and then have other material that I'm like, it's cool, but if I ever do a special, it's probably not gonna be in a special, or it's not funny enough. Or, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where I'm
you know
at.
who used to so the person who challenges that theory was who's just say it? Not Joe Coy, but they were like, don't hold it. Oh, Bill Burr. He's like, don't hold on to any of that shit. Why? You can write more jokes.
Right.
Just put it out. Like, why are you trying to like save it for this thing? You should always just be putting out your best shit. Like, just live with the results, because you hoarding or holding on, it's just gonna allow the years to just pile up, and then before you know it, you're like, damn, I'm still kind of doing the same thing. I'm not challenging myself creatively or taking risks or whatever like that. So it's like, don't hold on to any of that shit, really. And then I think today we have to also understand, like, even when we put out a video, right, wherever your numbers are at, like, you know, you guys are in the town, you buy 1,000, how much you got?
Yeah, but they're dropping drastically.
Okay, but regardless, right? When you put out a video, a clip might catch maybe 3,000 on a low point, 10,000 or whatever, right? And that's maybe 8 to 10,000 who watched that clip, but went on with their day or whatever like that. And when they see you and you're doing your 45, they're not gonna go, oh, I saw that one. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like we're only performing to like a few hundred people at a time in LA or New York.
And who knows where in the world those people
There's
are.
millions of people in this country. So it's like,
that's true.
You can do that shit again. And the joke will be even better by then. You know what I mean?
Well,
I completely stopped. I haven't hard posted on Instagram in it'll be like almost a year. Like if I wait a few more months.
Yeah.
Like I've just done stories and I've done Twitter and I don't have a Facebook. And it was also not just about like I just didn't feel funny, nor did I feel like I had like a group of people around me to be like, yeah, let's grab a camera and shoot. Like I was like, the fuck, I'm just gonna, hey guys, what's up? Like it just didn't feel like
this. What I think
feel
about
it
you
in my heart. However, I do want to hear what you think about me. However, no, I do.
Yeah.
No, I do, because like I want people's opinions, because it's hard to see yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We all have a blind spot.
But then there's stuff like when you hold on to it. Like I've seen comics, I'm like, what? I did that joke 6 years ago, and that's on your special. Like, so, not that they took my joke, but that it's like that's a thought that I had. I thought was whatever, and now it's up on like a very close version of it is like seen as good. I'm like, maybe I'm too hard on myself. So it's like that. What do you think about me?
Yeah, I think someone with your personality, if you got on like TikTok. And just talked about whatever the fuck you kill. That's what I think.
I mean, at this point,
it's
like, what do you have to do besides just do it? Like, but I think that I personally, the other thing when you say the machine is like, I think it's important for us because like, especially as comics, like we don't always have like the things that maybe other industries have. Like we have to like rely on our own support system. So it's like, bro, if you need to take a break to get your mind right, that's okay. Like, don't think you're falling back. Like, I think sometimes
move the mic a little closer.
Oh yeah, like don't think you're falling back. You know what I'm saying?
So much better.
If you need to take a little break, you can. Like
that got sexy.
I know.
I'll take that break.
Yeah, I'll take that break, and then you can come back and be like, and exactly. But like, and do whatever you want to do. Like, focus where you want to focus. Like, if it is going after like the acting roles or whatever. do it. I don't know, man. It works all type of ways. So you have to do what feels good in your heart.
Yeah, man, that's something that I heard. Cypher Sounds. He's a comedian and DJ.
Shout out to Cypher Sounds.
Yeah, he tours with Chappelle and stuff like that. And he was like, one of the best pieces of advice he got from Jay-Z was like, if you don't want to do the shit, don't do it.
Yeah.
Like if you don't feel it, if for whatever reason. Yeah. So I prescribe by that thinking. Yeah. I do. But then I also prescribe to sometimes you got to do what you don't want to do until you don't have to do it no more.
Right.
So I'm always kind of like on the fence about that.
It's tricky because this business, there's no direct path and there's no way to do it. It's not like you want to be a manager somewhere. You got to go to business school and then you become a assistant manager and then become the manager and then you become there's no normal trajectory. So people do it all different ways now.
And now we're in the era of they're not trying to groom anybody anymore. It has to be, you have to be a self-made person, comedian entity, whatever, because like now there are more comics who are able to headline on their own than ever before, but that's because they had to build up their followings and their socials and their stand-up, and now they don't need the machine or whatever like that to put time into them. But it's like it's still a tough balance because some people don't want to just play that game. Like not everybody wants to be a boss who does that kind of 24/7 posting. Some people want to just play the game and be in the machine and just work in the system. Like, you know, it's not a bad thing to do that if you know, a writer or a producer or that. You just want to kind of just have my gig and do my little shows and that's it and go home. But some people, they really like, I got to be everything. You know what I mean? You got to drive your own engine.
Yeah, and I think you should go where you're loved. Like, that's like one thing that I learned because it's like everybody's ready to give you advice and there is no direct path. Like, I had a motherfucker, I'm going to call him a motherfucker. Can I curse? Yeah. Call my phone.
I've said nigga at least 3 times.
The podcast is called Fuck Your Feelings.
Yeah, but it's like, he called my phone and I listened to him and he was like, listen, I just have to tell you, like, here's the deal. You're not funny. It's just that everybody wants to fuck you. And I was like, okay. God. And I was like, but let me let you finish because these are his feelings, right?
Yeah, fuck his feelings.
Like these are his feelings. These are his feelings. And I'm like, okay. Oh yeah.
But wait a minute.
Hold on. And then he suggested, he was like, here's the deal. This is what you need to do. You need to do it backwards. You need to get on OnlyFans and start doing like, and I'm like, you want me to do independent porn to get into comedy when porn stars have left porn to come into comedy? I'm like, here's the deal. I don't want to do porn. Okay. Now, does it work? And does it get people money or not? OnlyFans, porn, whatever. I don't know that. Sorry. I'm not in the game.
Sex workers.
Sorry. To me, even if you want to fuck me, I don't want to do sex work. Has it worked for other bitches? Hell yeah. Like there's so many weird direct paths, but I was like, I let him finish and I was like, all right, so you said you could help me, but why would I let you? Because you already talked down to me. So any help that I get from you is coming from like a bad place. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you're not really here to help me. You're here to control me. And if you don't think I'm funny, that's fine. I'll go kick it with the people that I do. And also, this is a long journey. Like, you're not always funny all the time, or you're not always gonna be like Chris Rock wasn't always Chris Rock. Like, there's bits that you've seen as an audience member that you didn't see when he was working it out. Like, I don't know.
And you're not always
commend you for you just even listening to him to finish the fucking pitch.
I want to listen. I'm open. You want me to do OnlyFans? Okay.
He was black, wasn't he?
Was he black?
What's his ethnicity? You can at least say the ethnicity.
Yeah.
He's a black comic.
I could tell. That sounds like some nigga shit.
But
white comics are not trying to get female comics on OnlyFans. Nah, like, they do not care about that shit.
Yeah.
I'm sure some of them are. Nah. You can't just say it's.
I'm sure they're subscribers.
They're subscribers, but they're not trying to convince female comics that they're not funny and talk them into some stuff. Like, comics always, sometimes black comics have like a pimp agenda in there.
He's not a comic though.
No. God, that's even worse. He's like giving you advice on.
He used to be a director, and now he's like a money guy. So he's yeah.
And I do want, and I want to get this clear. Prior to this conversation, you had never had sex with him, right?
Correct. Yes, yeah, I've never had sex with him. I've known him since I was like 20. I've known him because of music video. I did some music videos back in the day.
Gotcha.
So I knew him in that capacity, like almost in a production and other directors sense. Like, I don't think he's a bad person. I just think the approach is not the path that I feel is good for me.
This is what I realized.
So eloquently put.
This is what I realize sometimes. people give you what they sometimes genuinely think is the best path
Yeah,
for you,
exactly.
best piece of advice. Because think about all of our parents have told us something that we completely disagree with.
Yep.
Yeah.
But in their heart of hearts, they feel like they're looking out for us. They feel like, yo, I'm giving you the best piece of advice that I think you should be listening to. But we're like, yo, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So I saw all that to say this about his OnlyFans dude.
Just because somebody has an opinion doesn't mean it's right. Everybody has an opinion on what you should do with your career. My family's like, you know what you should do? You should go on Ellen. And you're like, what the fuck? Oh, okay. I'll just I'm sorry, 1-800-ELLEN. My grandma says I should come on the show. Like, people don't know the business, and taking advice from somebody that is not a comic, first of all. And second of all, follow me on OnlyFans. No, I'm just kidding. But they don't have your best interest in mind, and you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. And I think that's okay. I don't think
On OnlyFans or
on stage.
stage.
That's my OnlyFans, cup of tea 69. It's a niche thing, but
Heidi, like, my feet are popping.
Yeah.
So-
no, I actually don't have cute feet. I don't have cute feet. They're fine. They can't make it.
But I think it's like any art, though. Some people will like Picasso. Some people will like Rembrandt. Say that's good. That's not good. It's the same with comedy. Some people are
Yeah.
gonna say that's funny. That's not funny.
Yeah.
But that's what the business is.
Just you had a female ever try to give you some kind of like advice in that direction where they're
Yeah.
kind of talking to you about like not being funny but focusing on something else?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
has a girl ever been like, yeah, you need to be fucking?
You know,
Oh, yeah, I've definitely had that. Yes.
Really?
Yes, even when it came to not when it came to comedy. No. I remember. No, I remember this one girl seen me kill one time. She came to 2 different shows. Like, just so happened, right? She seen me kill one time. She's like, "Oh my god, you're the next great." Yeah, I killed it. I did. I killed that night. Then she seen me another night, and I did cool. And she's like, "Well, see, the problem is this is what you should do. Maybe you should just focus more on this with the acting instead of the comedy." And I was like, "Oh, you went from telling me I was like the next great to now you seeing me have a mediocre set, and now you're telling me I should just completely like stand up to the side and just focus," because I was on probably Rush Hour at the time or something. And I was like, so stuff like that. And then even one time when I started doing music, because I was doing real music, which I still do.
Yeah. You spit.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Like, so I spit for real, right? So for some people, I think it was weird that I was a comedian rapping.
Yeah.
The same way Childish Gambino, like, you have to prove, Donald Glover had to prove, like, no, I could rap for real. And that's what I was doing. And a girl, close friend of mine, she was like, well, maybe you should do like comedy raps, you know? But in her heart of heart, she felt like she was giving the best possible advice, because in her mind, she couldn't see me rapping genuinely.
Right.
But then there was 100,000 other, well, not 100,000,
Yeah,
but I got millions of streams
Yeah.
from one of the songs I put out, because there was plenty of other people that was like, no, this dude could rap. I don't know him from comedy.
Right.
Right.
But
Exactly.
so yes, I've had advice from women. This actually go get to my point though. Also, my next point, which is the support. Women don't always realize how much power they have when it comes to a man. Having an unsupportive woman in your life, or someone, and I guess this goes both ways. Someone that doesn't support your dreams and your vision could be so detrimental to definitely for a man's speed. Because if a man really loves a woman and he really puts her on this pedestal, and that's the one that she's like, maybe you should do that. Maybe go get a real job. Maybe you should do this. It chips away at him little by little, and it really messes him up.
I think that's men or women.
I think it's men or women.
It's harder, even I think, for a woman to be like, this is the career I'm gonna pursue, and then to have somebody be like, I don't think so. It's already at a disadvantage, and then to have that as well. I think it works both ways. It's just you need to have a supportive partner.
I mean,
sure.
my past partner was in the business, but he started to be like, you know, you really need to, like, because I do production too. Like, I'm actually a really fucking sold a TV show. I'm actually
the dance show, right?
Yeah, and I've worked in production. Like,
Say the name of the show.
Well, it was Stand Up to the Streets, and then he renamed it The Funny Dance Show.
Right.
But the live show was Stand Up to the Streets. But I've worked in production, mainly commercial production, like large budget commercial production, since I was in like my early 20s. So like I'm a good fucking producer. Sorry, just them. Like,
Cool.
and but then he started to be like, you know, you need to choose. Like, you can't be both. Like you have to either be talent or you have to do production. You have to choose. And I'm like, do y'all tell the guys that? Like, do y'all tell dudes that they can only choose one? And he'd be like, well, you're getting too old.
Wow.
Like you're getting too old. Like you can't keep doing this. And I'm like, what? I'm like, do you?
You have a lot of
like,
toxic men.
I know, but I'm like, but in my mind, I'm like, it don't make sense. Like, I get, I'm not Issa Rae, but I'm like, Issa produces and acts. Like, it's like, you tell her that it's like, well, you didn't.
Whitney does too. Whitney Cummings.
It's like, why
Eliza.
Yeah.
At that point, I'm like, and when you talk about like the supportive partner, it's like now you just hating.
Right.
Like,
pretty much.
do you just not like me? Is that the issue? Maybe.
The days of just doing one thing are gone. Though.
Yeah, exactly.
We need to have a million things on the go. But just your point about a woman telling you advice. The one thing I don't think women would tell a man, and that we get all the time, is what you should wear, what you should be. You know what? You should show more cleavage. You should show off your back. You should not show off your body.
I've been told, because I don't think I've never been a guy who's been like into like fashion like that, but I've definitely had women tell me like, you need to dress better on stage.
Like I mean, you was really fucking up.
Yeah. I'm very simple most of the time. Like
especially for stand.
When I get on, I'm definitely gonna get a stylist because I just never cared about drip like that. But they're like, you need to dress better on stage because like you're handsome. Like why don't you like put on a suit or wear more like button downs and something? Like I don't know.
Damn, a suit, a button down.
Like,
that's funny. A woman's like, you should dress like button down, and guys are like, you should unbutton.
Yeah,
it's weird.
It's weird, but it's like.
Yeah, they're like,
why don't you do it in heels? And I'm like, I don't feel funny in heels.
Yeah, but shout out to the bitches that are funny in heels.
I know.
I actually, there are a lot of like very well dressed,
100%.
like women comedians. I'd be like, damn, she look fly as hell.
I wish
and
I
she
could
funny.
do that.
I definitely. The funny and the sex appeal goes hand in hand. I think women objectify men, men objectify women, but you can still enjoy them and feel that they're really funny. Like I think if I have the name of a few, I think
Zainab.
Zainab is very pretty.
She's
I just saw
gorgeous,
Zainab kill. I did a show with her
fly as hell.
at the Verve the other night.
She's one of my favorites.
New York swag, very pretty, great feet, but she's really funny. Like that joke she did about in the 1800s, like with Frederick Douglass, what he wrote in a poem to how he used to write letters to his girl, whatever like that. And she's like, but you can't return my text. Like that shit was one of the funniest jokes I've seen like the whole year. Like her, Ali Wong is dope. Like
she's a beast. Yeah.
She's, killer on stage. And then, she looks good too. Like you can do both. Like, I don't think.
Oh, y'all just talking about like looking good on stage, like
or people who are naturally like beautiful people, but they're also killers on stage. Like
I remember the first time I seen Tiffany Haddish.
Right,
I just moved out here to LA and we was at Chocolate Sundays.
Yeah,
and she went up on stage, and I'm talking about this, 20-something years old, super in shape, beautiful. And destroyed, but for me, that was my first time seeing that. That was my first time. I was new out here really in the comedy scene, but that was my first time seeing a young, beautiful woman destroyed.
Right.
And man, but I could understand because even for me, I was like, wow, she's really pretty. You see what I'm saying? Like as a man, that's just an automatic thing. Like, wow, she's really pretty. And then like, God damn, she killing. Then she queefed on stage.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Remember that.
I don't know if she queefed that night, but she used to be.
That used to be her. Yeah, I remember that bit.
That used to be her thing that she was known for. Was queefing into the mic.
The queef queen.
The queef queen.
Or heard round.
I feel like that's a good way to like overcome the look thing, though. Just queef right away, like just put the.
But she likes to do that. She does that on purpose, though.
Just open with that. Because open with a good queef, and men are like, "She's hot." Oh, and then they'll listen, and they're open.
Yep. But that's tactic. That's part of the tactic.
You gotta get them to like you up top or queef.
Yeah, that's right. One or the other. But that's what I'm talking about. And then men aren't thinking about, oh, she's hot, blah blah blah, and then women aren't like, she's gonna steal my man. They're like, she just queef. Now we can be.
But guys can't do that.
First of all, I don't want.
Like if Bill Bellamy decided to queef, like that would not work out.
If Bill Bellamy can queef, that's an issue.
Right. He needs to see a doctor.
Yeah. If you go fart out of your dick, that's a weird thing that's happening. Yeah, do y'all I was like, God damn.
Is this for OnlyFans?
It's an OnlyFans exclusive. This is what I was about to ask though. Like, do y'all see a dude on stage and be like, he's hot though?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I know y'all be objectifying him.
Hell yeah. I love looking at fine men. And I don't have like a typical fine man taste. Like Like I'll be like, oh, he fine, but girl, are you? what do you see? Like I'm like, I don't know, man. I do all types. I just think men. I I feel like when people like men ain't shit. I be like, oh, cool. I'm into men.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, like I feel like men are fine. Like even when they like chunky or fit, I'm all types. Not like I'm not fucking everybody. I just appreciate men.
All the men are like, oh, okay.
Yeah, like I like bald heads. I like beards. I like you know, it's cool, man. Whatever works for you, as long as you feel good, I like it.
Oh,
for me, it's looks, but I also just get talent crushes on people. Like
Yeah.
If they're funny, that's a turn on. Yes.
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
if they're so funny, then I'm like, I fucking love them. Doesn't matter what they look like.
Yeah, that's how I am. Talent crush.
It's total talent crush.
I'm that too.
I don't think it really with women.
Yes,
absolutely.
Oh
if she's not good looking, but she's funny.
Oh, I can.
I'm not gonna, wait a minute. I'm not, because it's gonna sound bad. So I'm not. These women aren't ugly, but they're not your stereotypical like bombshells either.
Okay.
Lucille Ball and Tina Fey.
Yeah.
Well, like, Lucille Ball was a bombshell.
Yeah. So, but Lucille Ball and Tina Fey.
Yeah.
Talent crush. Like I'm like, they're so fucking funny, so talented, great writers.
Yeah.
And those used to be like my little
Adele
crush.
Givens was that for me because she was so fucking hilarious when the Def Jam set, like my big ass lips, his little dick. It's like giving a whale a tic tac. That shit had me on the floor. But I was like into it because she was just fucking hilarious. Like she was a killer. You know what I'm saying?
That's rare though. Okay, wait, this is interesting because I feel like men normally, when they say the things that they want in a woman, the number one thing they want is they have to look good. And then in the top 3, they say sense of humor. But normally what they mean is a woman that will laugh at their jokes. They don't want a woman to be funnier than them. So when I first started out, I remember going into bars, clubs all the time, and I would get hit on. And then as soon as I was like, excuse me, and then I go on stage and they didn't realize I was the comedian, I get off stage, they don't want anything to do with me because they no longer have that thing, that one tactic that they were going to, they're like, I'm going to charm her, I'm going to be funny. And they're like, fuck, she's funny. And then there's nothing, like, I don't feel like it works.
Little pushback. I received that.
Okay. Go ahead.
I hear you, and I receive what you have said. I think also sometimes with guys, and when it comes to women, sometimes a woman's humor, when it correlates to the man, is putting him down. You see, or being condescending, and that is what he doesn't like. Now, if you just joking about whatever, then that's fantastic. But if you feel like you have to put me down in order to get your laugh, or you're being condescending or whatever, then that's when a man is like, you keep the funny shit, to yourself. What you was about to say, Nick?
So I ain't naming names. I was seeing this comic. I find her really funny even to this day. We don't talk anymore, but she's hilarious, right? So one time we finished having sex and like I was
Adele Givens.
No. I haven't met Adele Givens. I haven't Miss Lips. I haven't met Miss Lethal Lips. But no. So we finished having sex and I was getting ready to throw my condom away, and then like she doesn't believe in having kids, so she was like, "Oh look, goodbye to my children," and that shit just had me on the floor. Like I couldn't believe she said that. She was like, "Oh, goodbye, kitties. Look at them go."
Oh, that's funny.
You just fucked. That's why it was funny, dude.
No, because like the average woman would not joke about fucking throwing away the kids that's in your fucking condom. Like they're not thinking about shit like that. No.
Yeah. So even with my
a regular woman, she's not joking. She's not making
a regular, not a comic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like my daughter is like literally like a female version of me when it comes to comedy. She's super funny. I love her for it. But
her act outs.
She's always acting out fucking.
She actually do a lot of act outs. But I know, right? She fucks the stool. Daddy, look at this. Like, so here's my thing. I do worry about her when she starts dating because she is so funny. Because I know she'll say some stuff. She's very empathetic.
Okay.
And so, which is a great thing. But there's times she said some shit to my mom or me, and I don't know if she's trying to be funny or if these are like genuine thoughts. And so I'm thinking like, once she get in the dating pool, if she says some of these things to a guy, he's gonna be like, goddamn. Yeah. Like I almost feel like that's like a Chelsea Handler
that
issue.
Happens to me.
I love Chelsea Handler.
And I love Chelsea Handler.
I asked Chelsea Handler on Twitter the other. I was like, girl, I swear if you meet me, I'm like your little sister. Like I swear to God.
But see, but that could be too much for a guy because if you're too biting, you know, a dude could be like, well, goddamn, a man don't like to feel less than a man.
Yeah,
them zings will get to your ego after a while.
Them zings will get to your ego.
Of course, yeah.
Men ain't shit.
I try not to like zing. I try not to like zing my man but I also get the whole like, I get asked a lot, like, are you kidding? Are you serious? And sometimes I'll be like, I don't know. Did you laugh? I guess it did.
Depends on the reaction.
Yeah, I'd be like, you, am I? You tell me. Like, but what was I gonna say? Zinging a man. And then dating men. And then sometimes this is what'll happen too, is a dude will like find out I'm a comic or like see that I'm funny. And then they try to like joke with me all the time. And I'd be like, not that good at it. Like just can you just
fall back.
Can you not try to make me laugh? Like, can you just like, because sometimes
they try to keep up with you.
Yeah, like I'm like, sometimes, bro, I just want to go out to dinner. Like I'm genuinely I'm genuinely just like trying to talk to you about like what's like. I don't need to be like
turn the switch off, like
yeah, like okay. I'm like I like to just like sometimes I like to just chill. Like not everything has to be like like it's my laugh is loud. This gets tiring. Like please, I'm tired.
We haven't even had appetizers yet.
Yeah, like bro, like just can't. What's like who are like stop just trying like.
Do you really feel that they have to try with you?
I have experienced it, and then I feel bad because they'll be like, they didn't get you, and I'm like, no.
So Renee, how is the dynamic with your husband? You said you're married, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like he's always been okay with you being the funny one, or is he funny in his like his own little way, or is like
he tries? Well, it's funny when we go out, people think he's the comedian because I'm a lot quieter off stage and I'm more shy. I don't know why. And he's very extroverted, and we walk into a party, he's the blah, 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 joke, loud. He's so fucking loud, and so I go quiet.
Oh, better than her, right?
But then I just sit there quiet, and then I'll just pop in with one little thing now and then, and then just like where it needs to go. But I also feel like because we do this for a living, I don't feel like I need to prove I'm funny all the time. I'm like, I know I'm funny. And like, if we're with a bunch of people that I don't really care about, I'm not like, I need to entertain these people. I'm like, I just got paid. I just got off stage. I just got paid to do this. It's like a massage therapist isn't like, I just got to massage everyone. Like when they're getting paid, they do it. And it's not that I'm funny around my friends and things like that, but I don't feel like when I walk into a room of strangers, I have got to be the center of attention.
I definitely have to be. Hilarious. I've had women either on set or after they see me perform come up to me and be like, I bet I'm funnier than you.
Oh, weird. That is so weird.
Exactly. And I was
think
like,
that's like a hit.
That's a flirty.
That's a flirty thing.
That would turn me off if I were you.
Oh, well, yeah. I'm like, you know, and like I remember like being on set and having a woman come up to me like a background. And she was like, oh, you talking or whatever. You know, I'm friendly. I'm one of the few actors that actually talk to background. It's very rare.
Yeah.
And, you know, she was like, she felt this stand up. She was like, I bet I'm funnier than you. I bet I'm funnier than you. And I'm like, well, I'm literally getting paid by CBS to be funny. So, well, they'll hire anybody.
No,
they didn't hire you, bitch.
They didn't hire exactly. And then now there's some weird type of trying to be funny. You heckling me. Bro, it's weird. It's weird.
It's like nagging almost.
Yeah. So
like how dudes like how like to be like, well, I like it's like they try to be like I can, and you're like, all right, you can just talk to me, like,
right.
But it might be a flirty thing. Like if a guy, I don't know, does MMA or something, and you go up to that, and like, I bet I could take you. You know what I mean? Like it's like let's fight.
These methods of flirting stink.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, you know,
First of all, oh, go ahead.
I'm just like, this is my profession. So,
right.
And I'm like, you are funny to me. Congratulations.
I want to stand up for background actors because I have been a background actor.
I have one.
And I still do background work on commercials because that union money is not bad. Is not bad. And I usually know the crew that's doing it. So I'm just like sitting there chilling.
Oh, that's smart.
Get that money.
I'm like, all you need me to come make a few $100 a day and sit on set and shut the fuck up? Nope. No problem. But I don't do TV background. I only do commercial background.
Well, that's actually what I was gonna say. The third thing you said, what men usually like, looks, sense of humor,
playing in the background,
shutting the fuck up, shutting the fuck up. What a man love. I was trying to make this into a joke too. It ain't got there yet. But the only thing men love more than pussy is peace.
I have a joke that I'm working on that's basically like it's a vibrator joke, but basically I gave up vibrators like years ago, but it's like being sober from vibrators. I'm like I don't need to come. I need someone to say shut the fuck up. Like a vibrator,
That's funny.
a vibrator won't be like she wants the fucking fettuccine. Just I got it. She needs this and that. Just can you shut the fuck up? Like that's what I need a vibrator to do. Like be quiet. 10 minutes.
Now that I think about this, my bad, Renee.
No.
Now I'm thinking about this, peace is so important to a man. Like Chris Rock used to have feed me, fuck me, and shut the fuck up, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is true. So if a man is dealing with a woman who's funny, right? And if she keeps coming,
Yeah.
and he's like, yo, I wish you would shut the fuck up. And that might be a part of why they have an issue with funny women. Now that I'm thinking about that.
But to your point, like I do think, especially like as I've gotten older, I am much more quiet, like in my personal life and like off stage. Like, and there's a lot of things that I talk about on stage that like people assume I want to talk about with them in real life. I'm like, no. That's like a joke that like, I don't feel comfortable like talking to strangers like that. Like, even though the audience is a stranger, I'm doing a job. But like when someone's like, I just want to like, let's talk vibrators. I'm like, no. That's like,
that's so
that's
true.
like a joke. Like I don't want to like sit down and really like talk about like vibrators. Like it's like like not,
or even if it's more personal shit.
Yeah.
Like for some reason it's okay to reveal. Like we went through this whole IVF thing and we lost a kid and all that stuff. I couldn't talk for a week, but I could talk on stage.
Yeah.
And for some reason, getting on stage, I could just like be cathartic about it. And people were like, "Did that really happen yesterday?" And I'm like,
yeah.
But then off stage, I couldn't talk.
Yes.
But on stage, somehow you can. So it doesn't like now.
So it doesn't mean that. So for the record,
Okay.
Yes.
female comedians or lady comedian, I don't know what word I'm supposed to use because I also see bitches and I use bitches and whatever, but they'd be like, don't say female. I say female. I don't know what to fucking tell y'all.
Women
I say
comedians?
female.
I've heard that too.
Women
They say
comedi-
female disrespectful.
ladies, whatever,
Female
dude. I'm so tired of everybody
Yeah.
being disrespected.
Right.
Anyways,
Right.
okay, my point is female comedians, you may see them talk a lot on stage, but we do shut the fuck up sometimes. Like we are not shut the fuck up, but we are quiet, like as well. If that's what you're looking for.
At home, I'm quiet.
Yeah.
I'm quiet at home. I barely say anything.
Same.
Unless some shit need to get done. I'm like, what the fuck going on around here? But
It's-
I don't really speak that much.
I have those moments where kind of like when you think it in your head, and then when they try to talk to you, it's like the wrong time because it's like I'm in my head mode. But usually I'm a talker. But I was dating this one girl, and I was really thrown away by how quiet she was. Because I'm usually waiting for like a conversation to happen, and we usually just talk. And she was just very like she's a smoker, she's a chill. And I was just like, damn, she's like really quiet. Like it's been a few hours. And
I like to call these boring bitches. She's a boring bitch.
Yeah, but then I'm like, but the other girl usually talks, and sometimes I don't want that either.
Talking to the mic.
So the piece was actually was refreshing because I was like, wow, she's not really pressed to like have to talk.
Yeah.
One thing
I think it depends on who
yeah.
you're with. If you're
Yeah.
with somebody you want to hear what they have to say, you want them to talk.
Right.
And
Right.
if you want them to shut the fuck up, maybe they're not the right person.
Yeah.
No, my lady great, but sometimes everybody need to shut the fuck up. Sometimes.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah, but that's on both sides. Yeah.
Both sides.
Both sides.
As we all talk over each other.
we-
and
yeah.
be like,
No,
We're doing a
let
good
me
job.
talk. Let me talk. My husband is a talker. He talks all the time. And it's most women are like, tell me what you're thinking. I'm like, just fucking think what you're thinking. Because I don't want to hear it all the time.
Right. Well, what y'all got, man? What y'all got coming up? What y'all say your socials? You know what I'm saying? We about to peace out.
White ladies first.
White.
what, didn't
Are we
you
allowed to
self
say ladies? I don't know. What
Didn't
do we
you
say?
self-identify as a white lady?
Yeah,
So
but I'm just still
yeah.
being respectful.
Renee Percy, comedian on Instagram. I'm at the Headline in the Alameda Comedy Club this week. And next weekend, I'm at the Punchline in San Francisco.
Nice.
And I have a new special coming out called The Comic Sutra.
Ooh,
she working.
Look at that.
What's up?
Oh.
Turn up.
Shit,
The redhead Heidi on Instagram. You gotta follow me so you can see my stories. I haven't been hard posting. I ain't been really doing shit, but my show's there. You can look up the Funny Dance Show. I don't know, man. You have to find me. I don't know where I'm at half the time. I'm on this right now.
She's on Fuck Your Feelings.
Yeah,
right
I'm
now.
on Fuck Your Feelings.
When this come out, Justice?
2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Next Sunday. Come on next
All
Sunday.
right, so y'all won't be able to make it to my birthday show this Sunday at Nightcap LA in Burbank. But if you want social media, follow me at Nick of Comedy, NITKOFCOMEDY. I'll be dropping my comedy album some point this year, so stay tuned for that.
Hey, man.
Nick of comedy.
There we go.
And it's your man Justin Hires, man. Fuck your feelings every Sunday. I'm dropping in your feelings on Thursdays. That's just me talking about shit that I'm in my feelings about. And yeah, man. Like, comment, subscribe. And if you've been offended by anything that you heard today, just remember one thing. Fuck your feelings.
Fuck them feelings.
We out.
I found my nail.
Want me down, I get it. Hate that I keep winning. Stab my back, it's tempting.